Right, we are back again, Stomping Ground, with the most successful man I know. Show him the watch.
No, Snide. Snide.
Oh, it's so good.
I'm trying to keep up with you.
No, it's so good. It's so good. The suit's immaculate. He's just smashed a beer in about 4.5 seconds. Was that the forged stout?
It was a forged Irish stout, yeah. I have to do it for the sponsor. I had a drip water before that as well.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
Probably going to get in trouble from Parsons for not mentioning his brand name.
Right, we're here. Fucking unbelievable evening. Another great event that you guys put on. What's your reaction to that?
Yeah, special night. Like, these are the nights that we get excited for. You know, going out there, seeing that atmosphere in the build-up, and an unbelievable fight as well. Yeah. And at the end of the day, you can put on these great shows, you can make a great atmosphere in the build-up, but when they get in there and deliver a fight like that, respect to both of them, because, you know, it's like we saw with Fury Usyk tonight. We saw it again. Two of the best coming together. Unbelievable night, and great for British boxing as well.
Absolutely. I don't want to talk about the cards. I think that's going to be done to death. I think that takes away from the spectacle. But I think, for me, more importantly, in a neutral venue, the whole town came out, people from everywhere. The noise was fantastic. Can we expect more of these big shows in the UK coming up more and more?
100%. Look, we're under pressure. We need to deliver, you know, like with everything going on in Saudi, everything going on around the world, big fights taking place. We need to deliver big fights back in the UK. You know, tonight it was a bit of a risk coming to Leeds, really, when we announced it originally, because you didn't know how well it would do. Sold out within an hour, rescheduled, but it was packed out in there tonight. And we need to do more and more of this. The domestic fights are what we want to see. We saw it with Wood Warrington as well last October, and tonight was special. You know, like you say, fans from all sides coming together. The build up to that. I always say Dublin, when Katie Taylor fought Chantel Cameron, was one of the best things I've ever been involved in. But that tonight had something very special about it as well.
I agree. Do you think, what next for Jack Catterall? That's the obvious one, but I always think about the loser in this situation. Although I don't think he was a loser, because he gave himself a massive bit of credit. What next for Josh Taylor, and what next for Jack Catterall, in your opinion? I
think for Josh Taylor it's different because he's done everything in the sport. He's done what not many people have done, becoming undisputed. You know, so it's what drives him. He made a lot of money. You know, does he want to come back and prove? You know, he felt like he won that fight. I think the right man won. I think the scorecards were too wide, but I think Jack Catterall deserved to win that. But I think for Josh Taylor, it'll be a difficult one because, like I say, he's done everything. So I don't know it'll be whatever drive he's got left to keep going. I think for Jack Catterall, there's a lot of big fights to be made. You know, we've got a lot of big fighters in the 140 division. Subriel Matias fights Liam Parrow in a couple of weeks' time out in Puerto Rico for the world title. So there's so many big options out there. You know, we saw Devin Haney, he's got to fight Sandor Martin. Is mandatory, but so many big fights to be made. Jack's getting married next week, so I'm sure he's going to take a bit of time off. He needs to rest that face, get some ice on it, but he's got big fights ahead and lots to look forward to.
Just on that, you mentioned Devin Haney. Do have to ask you, because I didn't get to ask you in the week. Ryan Garcia failed B sample. There's talk of him now potentially giving his hair in as DNA. When will we get to a point, in your opinion, where these matters are handled a lot quicker, but secondly, that it will be a clean sport?
I think what we need in the sport is some kind of centralised body. You know, because obviously you have VADA, they'll be working with the New York State Athletic Commission on it. But to get an answer, look, these things do take time. We've seen it with Conor Benn, it's still ongoing now, but it should be, I think the way it's managed needs to be dealt with better. And by the way, like I said the other day, we made mistakes with the Conor Benn situation. You know, like, no one's perfect, we're all learning, but there's got to be improvements with it. And you have to give people the opportunity, you know, like we've seen with other fighters in the past, the opportunity to prove innocence as well. You know, because it's been shown that it can be, you know, a fighter can be innocent in this position. So we've got to go through that process. Hopefully we get an answer sooner rather than later, because ultimately Ryan Garcia is a massive name in the sport. You know, whether people like him, dislike him, you know, if he is clean and he proves that, you know, he's a big name in the sport and there's big fights for him.
Looking ahead to next week, 5v5, how confident are you that you guys come out on top?
Very confident.
What score? What score we got?
5-0. Because otherwise I've got to be wearing a maid's outfit. And, you know, as much as I've been doing a lot of leg work and stuff, I don't think this short skirt's going to be for me.
Although I did see you in the gym the other day. You look all right.
I was squatting 700 or something. I haven't got a clue what I'm talking about.
Right, mate. Thank you. Pleasure as always. It's top, man. Can you just get a little look at that? Look at this. Look at this. It's just immaculate. This might be the best glow up I've ever seen.
I know it was bad, but a few years ago, I sent some pictures.
Top, man. Thank you as always. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, man.
You come back in.
Yeah.